everyone, it's James Carpenter with Country Living. Now we built that last bench in the last video, and I did it off camera. This time I've learned a few things, so I'm going to go ahead and build this one, and you guys can watch. But before we do that, let's talk about the other cart. So I did a couple things. I attached that bucket. That's a fire extinguisher hook, recycled materials. The bucket, recycled material. But the thing I like most is I built this extension. What I did was I got one screw goes into this upright leg. It's about a 3x3. Then I got two screws that go in here to hold this end. And then underneath, I have this metal bracket, and as you can see, the wing nuts. So it's really pretty simple to install. So that you have them longer boards, you got more support out here. And then what I'll do is I'll store it on that bottom shelf. Okay, the base. Again, everything here is scrap. This is scrap cut-offs from roof rafters. Or trusses. All four of these. I sized them up. They're exactly 11 1/8 by 11 1/8. And then I took the liberty to drill 3 of them so that you wouldn't have to watch everything. But those are the holes. So we got the base, we got the scrap wood. Now let's go ahead and drill some holes. So this bit here is a countersink. We start with it. Okay, we're countersinking that for the head of the bolt. Switch out bits. Now we're going to drill the rest of the way through this 2x12 and through the metal. Obviously the clamp's on here to hold everything in place while we drill. I know in previous videos I used my lungs to do this, but I went ahead and broke out the air hose. Okay, and there just happens to be a hole in this bench, and that clips right on there right nice. Okay, so the bolts, these are the bolts I'm going to use, and again those are some of that Habitat stuff I got for really cheap. So we'll go ahead and take these bolts and we'll start putting these boards on. So bolts are probably 1.5 inches long, which is the thickness of the board. But by making that countersink, it leaves enough room to get the nut on underneath. Okay, what these boards are going to do is they're going to support the bottom platform. like I'll need a wrench. Don't you just love working with scrap? Okay, we got all 4 corner pieces put into place. As you can see, the head of the bolt is countersunk, and then if we look underneath, you can see the nut. Okay, I did a little bit off camera. These scrap 2x12s are a little bit warped. So what the clamps do is they pull it all together nice and tight. And the same thing on this end. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to, I put a couple screws in it already, but I'm going to put some 3-inch deck screws to hold this top plate to the framing, and then I'll come back and put some big lag bolts in here. They're all countersunk. Not absolutely necessary, but I did it anyhow. All right, I've already countersunk the corners on both sides, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot some lag bolts in there. All right, looks like we got a dead battery. These clamps are made in China. I don't recommend them. The old rusty looking one underneath, made in the USA years ago. A lot better. The only positive thing about these clamps, I didn't pay a whole lot for them at Habitat. Probably $3, maybe $4 a piece at best. Okay, there it is. I know I did a little bit off camera without you, but it's on the roll around base. It's off the table where I can work with it. I did put 4 screws to lock it down. And then I went around the outside with some of that pallet lumber. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to install these uprights. We're going to attach them with this, let me measure it. Looks like about an 8-inch screw. All right, we'll put one more in it for good measures. I'm putting a washer on there because the head of this bolt will go through these holes in the angle iron. By the way, what do you think of my makeshift stool? It's a base off of an old vacuum shopping vac and a recycled bucket. Okay, the 4 uprights are on there. And what we're going to do now, we're going to take that base over there, we're going to set it down in there and start the second shelf. Now you can see how nicely that fits in there. What I'll do now is go around and screw it down. Okay, I'll take care of the rest of these. Okay, this is the second layer going in. It's just temporary fitted right now. I'm going to go ahead and get this board set. Okay, so basically it's 3-sided at this point because the front has to be open so that you can set stuff on the shelf. So I'll go around to each corner and I'll put screws in there like I did on the bottom, and we'll screw this thing together. The second row is all screwed together all the way around. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set the next shelf on there. So there it is with the second shelf in there. And then another row of that 2x12s go around. And then we'll put the top on it. And then we can mount the equipment. Okay, so this is what it looks like with the 3 shelves on there. Now, these are obviously too high at this point. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark them. And then we're going to cut them off. Okay, I got the 2 pieces of equipment moved over here, and they're sitting on the roll around cart. I did add these 2 braces, and the reason I did that is that planer is relatively heavy and there's no support on the front of them shelves, so I think that'll be helpful. So if you're going to use the planer, you would feed it right here. So let's take a look at this. you can stand, you'll be able to stand right here and run your stuff. I purposely put it out towards the edge so that your feet's not hitting the bottom of the cart when you're using the tool. So let's get a look at the back side of it. The construction, 2x12s, those particle wood shelves, and a variety of fasteners. I hope you enjoyed the build. I've been needing this roll-around cart for quite some time, and obviously the other roll-around cart that the saw is on with the extension I built, and the hanging bucket. We talked about that earlier in the video. Just it's like you know, I'm about 70 years old, and I've acquired all this tools and properties and homes and build everything. I'm just a do-it-yourselfer living in the country, and basically enjoying life. Thank you for watching my videos, and have a great day.